Boar like to hang out in some pretty thick, nasty stuff.
It is mucky and swampy. When you walked in that area, you just knew there was going to be a hog somewhere.
Coming up here on a last day of hunting, where you got to pull out all the stops.
We've got the ideal scenario.
Stand by for Georgia wild boar and turkey action on Winchester Legends. Winchester Legends is brought to you by Winchester Repeating Arms, the guns that work. SHE Outdoor Apparel, clothing for her expedition. Hunter's Specialties, for sportsmen, by sportsmen. Redhead, finest in the field since 1856.
Pretty soon. Two more steps.
Georgia's 2,000-acre Flat Creek Lodge is a unique combination of luxurious private hunting, fishing, and nature preserve, and a virtually self-sustaining organic farm. Hunting at Flat Creek now is Houston entrepreneur Pam Zaitz, founder, president, and lead designer of SHE Safari Women's Hunting and Outdoor Apparel. Nearly 20 years of hunting experience from Texas to Tanzania has gone into her innovative line of clothing.
Well, here we are at SHE Safari. Being a wife and mother is absolutely my top priority, but I have a break in the day when I'm not the wife and mom, and this is what I do. So come on in and I'll show you. Here is my best employee. What? Well, hon, I am part of it. And we have to have a first article to work with. We have to have something to figure out whether we like what's going on or not. So the ladies out here can sew us up a sample. Well, this is where we keep all of the inventory. We have rows and rows and rows, rooms and rooms of inventory. Well, as you can see, what I had originally envisioned as a little side business has turned into quite something else. SHE Safari has grown by leaps and bounds, and it's something that I actually didn't expect, but I'm so excited about because I'm able to provide women the gear that they need. Well, now you've been able to see SHE Safari here. That's all for now, and I hope to see you guys around the campfire someday.
Joining Pam on the hunt at Flat Creek is Jason Gilbertson from Winchester Ammunition. Gilbertson's prime passion is hunting, and he's spent much of his life chasing wild turkeys.
Flat Creek's one of those places you have to come and see to experience it, and you'll realize that it is a very special place. So many things here that you won't find at any other hunting lodge in the country.
Aside from the fact that it's absolutely beautiful, it's so interesting that they grow everything here at the lodge. They have greenhouses where they grow the herbs, they grow all the fruits and vegetables, they obviously raise cattle, they have a dairy process, they make their own cheese. So I can't wait because the food has got to be amazing.
They're not going to the grocery store and bringing back groceries and making you dinner. They're living off of land, essentially. They're working with products and animals and making it a really true experience to the south and to this particular lodge. Well, the first morning for turkey was really low key.
Do you know how many feathers a turkey has?
3,000 to 5,000.
5,000 to 6,000.
The potential was there, but things didn't materialize like we had thought.
What we're going to do, pick up, let go, one
We set up on a really nice food plot that Bob had set up for us. Some disappointment when you hear birds on the roost and you have a great setup and you're hoping things are really going to happen. But I think the exciting part is now you're posed with a challenge. You hear birds and you understand that they're there, and it just didn't work into your favor. So the hunt is definitely on at that point.
We then decided to go see if we could get us a wild boar back in the lower swamp section of Flat Creek. But before we went out looking to get Pam a wild boar, we went over to the range, we did a little test firing.
Zaitz loaded her Winchester Super X3 slug gun with dual bond sabot slugs. The dual bond slug provides nearly 100% retained weight and 2 times the expansion. The groundbreaking bonding technology welds the core to the jacket, and then a second heavy outer jacket is mechanically bonded to create a revolutionary bullet within a bullet.
Well, we decided that we needed to make some adjustments to the scope, which we did, and then I was able to make a perfect bullseye.
But that's about as dead center as you're gonna get. That's pretty accurate.
It's far. So I was pretty pumped, I was pretty ready for hog hunting after that.
Okay, you got a body shot on that one. Just wait till he lets it break. Okay, watch. Oh, wait till you get a shot. Wait till you... Oh, there. Oh, come on.
Winchester Legends is brought to you by Otis Technology, the finest gun cleaning systems in the world. SOS Outdoor Products, quality gear for the outdoor enthusiast.
Okay guys, what we're gonna do, we're gonna go down the road here. The hogs are staying on both sides of this road in the pines and then back down in the swamp. About this time of the afternoon, they're gonna come out of that swamp. So what we're gonna do is we just ease along this road, but when we come around a corner, we gotta just ease around it. I'll peek around. We see something, you know, but we could walk around a corner, it could be a 300, 400 pound hog standing in the road. So, you know, we just gotta be ready.
Okay.
So,
If I hear a turkey,
if you hear a turkey,
I'm out of here waving you.
see ya. Got you covered.
You take care of the hog.
And Pam, you're on your own.
Yeah.
The wild pig is the most adaptable large mammal in the country. In Georgia, feral hogs have been found on the sea islands for hundreds of years. And in this country, imported wild boar have moved south into the state after escaping from preserves in Tennessee. Over the last decades, pigs, feral, wild, and crossbreeds, have steadily expanded their range throughout the state.
Bob took us to this great area that is perfect habitat for the hogs. I mean, it is mucky and swampy, and I mean, when you walked in that area, you just knew there was going to be a hog somewhere.
That was sometime today, I don't know what it was, but things gotta move in this direction.
Some of the world's most widespread dangerous big game animals are the lion and bear. But wild pigs like the warthog and boar typically have long, sharp tusks as deadly slashing weapons that can rip flesh and muscle and sever arteries. Wild pigs attack people all around the world. Just last year, a German hunter bled to death from wounds inflicted by a wild boar.
Bob, as we've been walking through this area, I've noticed a lot of this, whereas this mud is like from here down on trees all throughout here.
First of all, see how high the mud has come up on this?
Yeah.
That's the back of the hog. That's his side. His back's probably still up here.
So this would be an indication of the size of hogs that are coming through
Side of the
here.
hogs, and what they do is they get the mud on them, and then they want to scrape some of it off. You can see where a boar has hooked his
Oh yeah.
tusks on it.
Scraped it, yes.
He scraped it, and you can see it's fresh sap. That was
Yeah.
done just recently. The sap's rising in these trees, so what he's done is he's come here, he's actually hooked his tusks on it and messed with it. And that's a pretty tall hog.
So we were walking along, as quietly as we possibly could, and all of a sudden we hear a bunch of ruckus, and some hogs had been laid up, and they caught wind of us and took off.
Get him!
We had an opportunity to see a bunch of hogs, but we just didn't have great shot opportunities. The first one, he kind of winked at old Bob. Then he made the old the mad dash at us.
Yeah.
I just sat right behind
There's
him,
a
just
little
waited.
chicken. A little chicken going on between you and that hog.
They're big black animals. Some of these pigs are ranging from 300 to 400 pounds, so you'd think they would just crash through the timber and cause some noise, and that again was a big surprise to me because they sit tight, they are not easily rustled.
So as we were stalking, we came around a corner, and about 175 yards away we see some pigs that are laid up. They caught wind of us and took off. So we just kind of had to regroup and go in a different direction.
Okay, the only thing I think, they may come back through that way. If we peek around that edge, we might be able to cut them off.
As we were stalking, we came around a corner, and about 170 yards away we see some pigs that are laid up. And so we thought, okay, this is perfect, we're going to make a stalk on them. So we started moving forward as slowly as we could and got within probably about 75 yards. We don't know exactly why, they just got up and started moving to the right.
Okay, you got a body shot on that one. The one on the right's a bigger hog. Just wait till they miss a break. They're fighting, look at that. It's the bigger one, the bigger one. The one on the right is facing to the left. Okay, watch. Oh. Okay, hack him, man. He just won't get in line. Wait till you get a shot. Wait till you... Oh, there, move. Oh, move, come on. Let's move up. Let's go on this way. Take it. And down like a rock. You just got that. Nice boar, darling. That is awesome.
Oh, that was awesome.
That was it. That's what it's all
Did
about.
you see that?
Nice work.
Standing up.
Hey,
Nice work.
standing up,
That
folded him like a rock.
They came barreling out one after the other, and just as the last one was about to head back into the brush, Bob whistled. And if he wouldn't have done that, I probably wouldn't have gotten a shot, but he did, and that pig stopped just long enough for me to lock in on him and pull the trigger. And he dropped right there, probably about, I think it was about a 75-yard shot. It was awesome. Wow.
250, 300. Phenomenal.
He is huge.
Another tusk on it.
When you age him, I mean,
Yeah, we can age him. He's probably 3, 4 years old.
yeah,
He's 3, 4 years old.
that was great. That was great. Thanks so much. That was awesome.
My pleasure. That's what it's all about. There he is. He's in the road now. He's in the road. Pretty soon, pretty soon. Take him, take him.
Winchester Legends is brought to you by Winchester Repeating Arms, the guns that work. SHE Outdoor Apparel, clothing for her expedition. Hunter's Specialties, for sportsmen, by sportsmen. Redhead, finest in the field since 1856. Winchester Legends is brought to you by Otis Technology, the finest gun cleaning systems in the world. SOS Outdoor Products, quality gear for the outdoor enthusiast.
Not exactly what you want to wake up to, pretty damp, pulling out rain gear. You know, your mindset shifts considerably because now you have to start thinking about what does a turkey do in the rain.
Coming up here on a last day of hunting, you know, you got to pull out all the stops. So just before dinner, I decided I was going to go out and try and find out exactly where these birds were roosting.
We're there plenty early. We hear a couple gobbles. Probably within the hour, we have 2 to 3 hens working their way up a fire break. From my perspective, you know, we've got the ideal scenario. We've got live decoys in the food plot. We've got our decoys set up 20 to 30 yards away. We do not have a gobbler in the field yet, but I think everybody in our group, you know, we were anticipating that a big gobbler would be showing up shortly. We wait, we wait some more, and sure enough, out of the nice dark timber comes this big white head.
The outer ring design of Hunter Specialties Ring Zone Turkey Call keeps hunters' fingers off the calling surface and prevents sound dampening, as proven by oscilloscope testing. The call is also available in slate, crystal, or ceramic, whichever a hunter prefers.
He folds his wings and tucks tail and starts working his way away from us, which is not good. The hens are still comfortable. They're sitting in the food plot, but the gobbler is taking an entirely different approach to the food plot. He swings around a big dirt pile that's at the edge of the food plot, makes a full circle, and actually starts coming down the road right towards us.
There he is. He's in the road now. He's in the road.
Loaded up with Winchester extended range shot shells, this hunt proved what every hunter wants in a turkey load: consistent, hard-hitting, long-range damage. The Winchester Supreme Elite extended range high-density shot shells give turkey hunters a shot that's rounder, more uniform, and 10% heavier than lead. This means more consistent and tighter patterns, harder hits, and superior penetration downrange. The shot is denser than lead and steel and kind to barrels and chokes.
All right. Nice. Congratulations, buddy.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you,
Good
sir.
job.
Black Creek turkey on the ground.
It was really just a matter of timing and him working his way into an opening that was good for the group to get a good line on him. The soft purrs, the ability to just make him feel comfortable in the environment and with the decoys was really the key, I think, especially since he was a subordinate tom. He was definitely not the dominant tom in the bachelor group that he had been running with prior to the season. He was working his way up to being a dominant tom. We just cut that short by about a year. He worked his way into the fire break. I put the bead right on his head, and the story at Flat Creek Lodge goes a little something like that.
Get this.
All right.
All right. Nice bird.
It's all soaking wet.
Yep, so wet. Got about let's see.
Oh, wow.
That's about a 9.5-inch beard there, Bubba.
Sure.
Nice bird.
Not a bad bird at all.
Got a nice spur there. That one's a little shorter. That's about
Yeah.
a 1-inch spur on that one side.
Sure.
It's been a great 4 days here hunting with Pam and Jason. It's been truly a fun time.
Bob is a great guy. Bob has an absolute appreciation for hunting, for camaraderie, for taking care of his guests. He has been extraordinarily hospitable to us. He's a very easy person to be around, and that's what makes hunting camp fun.
Pam and Jason are both phenomenal people to work with, and looking forward to them coming back this fall and spending some more time with us.
Winchester's new ammunition ballistics calculator is live on Winchester.com. Choose your type of ammunition and compare up to 5 different Winchester products with easy-to-read high-tech ballistic charts and graphs. Customize shooting conditions by entering wind speed and outside temperature, adjust 0 marks for sighting in, then print the ballistics for later reference on the range or in the field. Winchester's new ammunition ballistics calculator is live on Winchester.com.